Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kryptonize, the show about altcoins primarily. We also occasionally bring in somebody like our guest today, Ken Shamrock. You might know him from UFC, and you're pre-UFC, I believe. You did a lot of different things. I grew up watching you, and I'm not that much younger than you, but I grew up watching you fight. And now you've developed potentially a new way of paying fighters or to help them raise money for training or what have you. And we're going to talk to you about that today, Ken. But first, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself for those that don't know you?
Yeah, my name is Ken Shamrock. Best known for going over to Japan, becoming the first mixed martial arts champion before it started in the U.S.
冷徹なるアルティメットヒーローケン・シャムロックホイス・グレイシーとの二度にわたる激闘はあまりにも有名。ドン・フライが現れる以前からアルティメットの英雄と言われてきた男。フライはシャムロックに対し5年前から対戦を要求してきた。しかし両者はたびたびリング外で衝突。関係はこじれにこじれ、因縁の対決はもはや実現不可能と思われていた。
Then transferred into the U.S., where UFC started, became a champion there, Hall of Famer. Then jumped into the WWF with the sports entertainment and became champion in there, tag team, intercontinental, rookie, king of the ring, you name it, and became a champion there. Now, obviously, I've done a lot of other stuff with the movie, motivational speaking, business speaking, a lot of other stuff. And now in the process of promoting my own business, which is Valor Bare Knuckle. We have a show April 22nd at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, which is our second event. And also into the crypto world, where I've tried to figure out how we can marry the combat space into the crypto space.
That's actually a very good tagline. So what does that even mean? I mean, I know we're talking about NFTs here. I know you're not technically able to speak about what these NFTs are doing, but at a theoretical level, why did you get involved in this project?
First of all, is obviously through my career, I've been fortunate to fight for 30-something years, long time. Probably longer than I should have, but it was something I loved. I didn't listen to people. I wanted to do it. Win, lose, or draw. At the end of my career, it was about me and nothing else. It entertained me. I enjoyed it. It made me alive. So I stayed in it for a long time, and I had the privilege of learning along the way a lot of things. And some of the things good, some bad. And so the bad things is basically what really brought me to this idea of getting involved with promoting fights and also being able to change the way maybe fighters are making money. And so I thought that because of some of the experience that I had in the NFTs and the wearables and the crypto, even metaverse, there was a lot of opportunity to be able to create opportunities for fighters while they're fighting and even long after they're done fighting.
So, I mean, is this a new way that and by the way, you'll talk about when you're bringing this to market, but is this a new way for them to raise money, to get more money as they're fighting, post-fighting, whatever? Is this like the new trading card, but it's an NFT? What is it?
I think everybody knows that especially the NFTs, it's so young. And there's so many opportunities that can be had that aren't even started yet, right? Some of them are just in the process. Some of them aren't thought of yet. But there's going to be huge opportunities in many different ways. I have definitely thought of a way to be able to try to help the fighters stay connected to the fans and be able to keep making money long after they're done fighting. Like in my case, where I fought for so many years, I built up the Pancras organization. I built up the UFC. I even helped WWF create the Attitude Era. There's a lot of things I was able to do and help build some of these companies up to what they are. But when you walk away, when you retire, and I never retired, but when you go and you leave, you get nothing, zero. And you built it. You were part of building it. So it just feels like there's an opportunity with this space to be able to create some opportunities that keeps the fans engaged with the fighters and the fighters engaged with the fans, but also when they retire or they walk away, that they still have a piece of the company by their own image, like NFTs, trading cards, whatever, right? Creating punches with lightning on them in one of their fights and being able to create an NFT of that. Again, I am no expert in this, but I see it. I see an advantage, and that not just an advantage because I just want to look out for the fighters, right? You also want to create a business. So I see an advantage here for everyone, not just the business.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your NFT does yet. We haven't gotten into that and what your project is, but I do see something where if a fighter were issuing these and it was tied to the fighter's life somehow in his events, and the NFT is constantly updating, and maybe if I collect enough Ken Shamrock NFTs, he'll invite me to his next birthday party. Again, Ken, I'm making this up. But there are endless possibilities. It just takes a creative mind to come up with them that could potentially go with what you're doing. Now, that said, let's hear about your project and when it's going to be released.
Yeah, as far as and again, I'm not a tech, I'm not a dev. I mean, I'm very, like I said earlier, I am very limited in my access and thoughts of the crypto space, even the NFTs. So
far, you sound pretty good, actually, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretending. I've been in the space, been developing, working alongside Captain Awesome, who's a pretty big name in that world. Also Maddie, who's my business partner, who's helped build the business strategy for Valor. So I've been in the conversations, listening to them, developing and trying to put it together. So there's, like I said, my knowledge of this is very limited as far as being able to get deep into it. But I do know that we are already starting processes of creating NFTs for guys that are going to be in our next event that were in our first event, and being able to create those NFTs early on and start bringing in other people. Again, it's Valor Sports, not Valor Bare Knuckle, which is our organization, the fight organization. But we created Valor Sports as the mother company because we don't want to be limited to just the fighters. We know there's guys that I know Captain's been talking to, is Lawrence Taylor and some other people. There's many people out there in all sports that we believe that we could create these opportunities for that is not happening. And they're just sitting there idle and not making money of what they've already created. Like they've already created this world and opportunity for them to make money. You know, the only way they do that is by people going, hey, come to a signing for 2 hours, and they pay you a small minimal amount to go do a signing, and then you go home and they basically collect the majority of it. Where in this case, the NFT is being created for the athlete, not for us. We're getting it's the other way around on this. We're getting a percentage of what they're doing, even though we're creating it. And I think that's the way it should be, because we're able to gather lots of athletes to be able to come in and do this. So we're going to be fine. But the athlete, there's only one of them. Right? So, you know, that's the way we look at it. They get the bigger percentage. And I think as we start to roll this out, which is in the first event, people are going to see the advantage and everyone's going to start doing it because it makes sense.
And when you speak to athletes about this, why are they jumping on board this project? What do they tell you the reasons are?
Well, there's multiple reasons. One, they love the idea of being able to, be around it again. Just being involved in it. But two, it's the money. I mean, I think the ground zero for anything is being able, because everybody else is making money off their name. I mean, look at the NFL players who really built franchises, made names for them. I mean, they leave the organization. They don't get anything, right? And they help push this to a level. NFL, all those players push the NFL to be this huge. And those guys walk away and half of them can't pay their bills. But they were a part of building that business. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
So I think this is a way to be able to help these guys stay connected. And anybody that we go to, even though they're not a fighter, but an athlete, anybody we go to, they have the ability to be able to use their name and things they've done to make money.
Love it. Love it. So the last group that I want to talk about is the fans. What do the fans get out of these NFTs? What's in it for them?
And it's something I said early on. It's like, you know, when I was in the UFC, I built a huge fan base. When I left, UFC kept the fan base.
Yeah.
I didn't have this huge, massive thing where they were collecting all these. I do now on my thing, but nothing like they have done, right? They've been able to cultivate that and keep making money off of those fans by bringing someone else that will take my place. But nevertheless, still created that, built that, right? So for me, I think it's about having the fans being able to stay connected. Long after the fighters are done fighting, they still can be in touch with them by NFTs and even wearables, metaverse. There's opportunities in metaverse. I don't know how that works yet, but it's there. Even like with using avatars and being able to experience stuff, walking into Hall of Fames, people's own Hall of Fames they create in the metaverse. They can literally, as a fan, get an avatar, go through the favorite athlete, walk through their Hall of Fame and feel like they're back in the day, right? So I think that it's a big opportunity here to really keep the fans connected, not only to the sport they love, but to the athlete that they love 10 years after they're done doing whatever they do.
I love it. And where do people find more information about your NFT token project? Where do they go?
Yeah, there's two places. The Valor Coin, it's on the Telegram app. There's Valor Coin. You can go on that app. And then there's Greed, which is our launch pad. Greed token. And he's really the lead dev on this project for us. He's created other things like Dogecoin, Dogecoin coin. And so he's creating the metaverse. So he's done a lot. Captain's done a lot for the Valor Coin. Okay. And he's leading the Valor Coin. So if you need to go to any of those places, you can go there and find out whatever you want. On Telegram especially, there's a lot of devs there that can explain to you any questions that you have, they're willing to answer.
Okay, and we'll post those links, Ken, in the show notes. So just look down below in the description, or if you're reading this from the blog post, we'll have them in the blog post. With that, is there anything that I didn't talk about with you that I should have in regards to this project?
Not regards to this project, other than that, you know, Valor BK doing it on April 22nd at the James L. Knight Center in Miami. We're literally trying to, again, there's a lot of regulation stuff, so we can't really have it as a business attached to Valor, but like the NFTs and the wearables and being able to give rewards through the crypto space to the fighters, so that they're invested into the crypto, they're invested into Valor Coin, being able to reward them with coins, best knockout, quickest knockout, fastest knockout, best fight. So we're finding ways to be able to bring that metaverse, not the metaverse, the crypto space, the NFTs alongside that combat space. And Valor 2 is the start of us doing that. Excellent.
All right. Thank you, Ken, so much for being on the show. And look out for this NFT and these tokens. I mean, it looks like everyone in the system's rewarded, and that's the best type of NFT. So look out for it. Find it in the show notes and pay them a visit.